And welcome back to part 10 of A Hat in Time. This time we're going to hunt down the time rifts that are around this area and then hopefully wrap up the last 2 contracts. And then we can get out of here and move on to chapter 4. Well, I'm not entirely sure the way they expect you to get up here, but this is just the way I get up here. It's probably wrong because it's a bit too precise for it to be the way it's intended, but it's just how I've done it. I jump up to here and then I go back on myself and you can reach this. If you're not holding a direction when you grab on the wall, she won't do that stupid like auto leap over it where it goes. So if you just attach yourself to the wall and let go of the control stick immediately, you can do like a soft hop up like that. And then eventually I'll just go up, circle round, and now it's just timing your jump to squeeze in and get that. There we go. Positioning your jump, sorry. If you're going to ask me where the hell that is, all I'm going to say is explore around the edge. I found that by just circling the edge of the map. So I don't know this map well at all. I know where all the missions are, and I know where some of it is, but there's a lot I just don't know. Right, and unfortunately, because I did miss the second one, thankfully, I know where the third lot of extra photos are, so we'll be able to see the bonus in this one. As I said before, any I miss, I don't know when I'll squeeze it in, but I'll definitely go out of my way and get them sorted in like a bonus part. Just hopefully it won't take an eternity for me to do those bonus parts, because like I know some people have been waiting on that Evil Within DLC, which I do want to get to at some point. It's just finding the time for it. And it's the fact that I'd want to firstly play through it to get the experience of it, and then get ready to go through it again for the Let's Play. And I want to get on with it sooner because I really want to move on to Evil Within 2 because I absolutely adore that game. And okay, apparently that's not physical. Evil Within 2 was a very pleasant treat from Tango Gameworks last year. Over here. And yes, it was Tango Gameworks. It was developed by Tango, published by ZeniMax. So if you're wondering, oh, why is Bethesda's name on it, and why Bethesda acting like they developed it, it's because they're a bunch of knobheads, and they're associated with ZeniMax, so they could attach their name to it and get away with it. I'm just going to double check to see if there's another painting, but no, there isn't, I don't think. Sorry, you get used to this. I don't like Bethesda. After the whole Prey incident of them like destroying a company that's going to make a really badass game just because they wanted the license, to what they did with Elder Scrolls Online, where they just straight up lied to their consumer. Oh yeah, you'll get your DLCs if you pay a subscription service. Oh, but this is an expansion. It's different from the DLC, so we got to pay the full £50 for it. Sorry, we didn't clarify until after we released Morrowind. Oops. They're a bunch of cunts. Or how they've been re-releasing the same old games time and time again, or paid mods for Fallout 4 and Skyrim, and then trying to act like it's not paid mods, even though it's letting people make modifications to the game's software and engine, and you're charging people for them. So it's modifications that you pay for. Paid mods, Bethesda. Stop trying to act like you're high and mighty. You're a bunch of and I'm way too close to the edge there. But yeah, I have no love for Bethesda. I don't like them at all, and I stay away from that and from games they actually develop because they're glitchy messes that they decide to re-release 6 times over like we still care. Like, god damn it. I know I'm part of the minority here, but I wasn't a big fan of Skyrim. My favourite's still the actual original Morrowind. I didn't really like Oblivion, and I didn't really get to grips with Skyrim, but I could see why people liked Skyrim. It just wasn't my thing. But my god, have they done nothing but re-release it since. Like, I get it if it was like it didn't have a PC version and then later on they released a PC version, because a lot of companies do that because it's easier, because so making it work for PC is a lot harder than people think it is. But the fact that they've like, oh, there's a Switch version, oh, and then there's a special version, oh, and then there's special version for PC, and then there's VR, and like, fuck off. Alright, the last painting's down here, if you just duck under. There's a book here as well. Large heavy book titled Proof of Ethical Consumption Under Capitalism. The page is all blank. That's a nice little in joke. I was saying it's an in joke. It's a jab at capitalism, but it's still funny. Oh yeah, by the way, these like octopus ground slamming enemies. So this is the only place they appear in the entire game, so enjoy them while they last, because they're nowhere in the actual Subcon Forest, and I've never seen them in any other world. And there we go, we smashed it. We've got so many ponds right now, but there's nothing I need to buy, so they just keep on building up. Right, let's see the storybook. This one's quite depressing, to be fair. The tale of Queen Vanessa. Prince and Princess. Princess is very happy, known by the villagers. The princess sees the prince talking to someone else, assumes the worst, so just cries when he's only buying her flowers, gets super angry about it, chains him up, she becomes the Queen Vanessa, and the prince left behind, well, he becomes the Snatcher. So that's it's a bit of an origin story that the Snatcher and Queen Vanessa were once a lovely prince and princess couple, but a misunderstanding led from one thing to another, and that eventually led to what we saw then. The Princess Vanessa becoming queen and becoming consumed by all the guilt and darkness and spite in her, and the Snatcher just becoming a darking mess that laughs at all of his misery. Which really makes a really dark impact in an already pretty dark world. Anyway, we're heading back in because there's more little things we need to collect before we do anything else. Where is that? Right, so I've been doing some wandering around, and this is over here, so we can at least get the next contract. The last one we need before we can actually wrap up the world properly when we go to. And he says the same lines as before, but he just goes, well, he laughs at you expecting it to be a new victim. Yeah, so he's just saying the same thing, so I can just skip through it. And there's only one contract left, so let's go sign it. And it's the mail mission, which I think is a bit boring, but ayo. There we go. But we'll do that later. We've got to find another time rift first. I think this is it. I can't even circle around and say, look for this sort of area, because it's nothing but fuzzy trees. But I think this is it. There we go. Once again, if you're struggling to find it yourself, just circle around the edge, eventually you'll bump into it. All three of the time rifts are in areas that are on the edge of the map. Oh yeah, I know this one. This one's alright. The red platforms break under you. Like so. So you gotta keep moving. This one, oddly enough, the way it's got like this, it's all separate blocks, and some of the blocks break away, and some are solid, and whatnot. It reminds me of the Patrick platforming levels from SpongeBob SquarePants the movie game. Another game that, although I don't think is as good as Battle for Bikini Bottom, I do really enjoy, even if the later half of the game was really hard. It's like way too hard for its own good. Guess if they ever had backwards compatibility, or I have enough money spare that I can get a capture card, I really want to tackle Battle for Bikini Bottom in the movie game. In fact, I'd like, if I ever get it sorted, I'd probably do a marathon and just go through all the SpongeBob titles, the good and the bads, just to get them out of the way. Because I do want to show them all off, because they're very underrated. Like, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman's good, it's extremely dated, but it is still good. And so I'd want to show it off and like take you back to 2001 when it was probably at its prime, but it is very dated and stiff. Battle for Bikini Bottom has aged like a fine wine. It's an amazing game. It's one of my favourite games of all time, so I'd want to play that. The movie game's the closest thing to a sequel we ever got, because it's the same sort of setup. It's just more linear because it's more based off the movie story than doing its own thing. But even that's really fun. It's just quite hard because they understand that a lot of people playing it have probably played Battle for Bikini Bottom, so naturally make it far more difficult than Battle for Bikini Bottom. And I probably should have waited. Oh well. Oh. You have to actually catch onto this in mid-air, so it's at the end of the swing. See? It's not like it's in the middle between them or something like that. You have to actually catch it just on the tip of the swing. Let's see what we get this time. Alright, we'll take the minty fresh colour. Two more missions then. Well, at least we've done all the time risks. We've got two more missions and we've completely wrapped up the whole of Chapter 3, which is pretty neat. We've done the whole of Chapter 2, we're about to do the whole of Chapter 3. There's only one mission missing from Chapter 1, and then we've only got Chapter 4 in its entirety to do. Like I said, this mission's not... It's not that it's bad, it's just compared to the other options you have, it seems the weakest. Like, go fight a boss, explore a spooky manor, deliver some mail. The only good thing about it is that if you haven't grinded for ponds to buy enough badges that they give you the scooter in the shop, you get a free experiment with it here. So wear the sprint hat, 'cause you have to wear the sprint hat to use the scooter when he gives it to you. It's not the morning. Look at this, look around us. Does this look like morning mooding and lighting? But okay. Does he just steal any old letters, or does he deliberately look for the ones that are really nice and sweet? Like, if he just steals any old letters, what's stopping someone from just opening up and it's just billing of someone's house? I'm sure it's safe to assume if you somehow don't have the sprint hat at this point, this mission will lock off to you, because you have to be on the scooter to be able to give people mail for some reason. What's so funny about that? Right, the way this works, and he's explained to you, you have like a little aimer when you're with the scooter, and you shoot mail at them. Also, the controls are the up and down controls are inverted when you're in this mode for some stupid reason. So if you see me going up when I should be going down, or down when I should be going up, that's why I don't like playing inverted. I like it when I hold right, the camera swivels anti-clockwise around them. Like, the camera itself feels like it's moving to the right, and when you're going left, it feels like the camera's deliberately moving to the left, not the inverted stuff. Same with up. I want it to be, when I hold up, I want to be looking towards the ceiling, whilst now I'm holding down to reposition that high up, and that's I don't like that. Thankfully, this mission's very easy, because not only... Excuse me? Excuse me? There we go. Not only is there not that much mail you have to give out, there's far more minions that want mail than there are, like, than you have to do for the requirement. So you don't have to worry about it. And similar to hunting the time risk, if you can't find people, don't hesitate to just go randomly, pick a direction and explore. You'll bump into minions. There's just someone here. Seriously, there we go. The hitboxes on these things are really awkward, as you've probably noticed. Try not to mind it too much. Let's see if I can hit this from here. Ah, got him. Ah, you can jump that gap in its entirety with the scooter on. You just have to be bit pixel perfect. I don't think there's anyone over here, but it doesn't hurt to check. Oh, yeah, there, like that. You can make it in a jump, and I just realised there's one of those statues on the side there. I should have swiveled round a little bit more wide just in case. I don't think it'd be able to catch us on this, but... Oh! Okay, so that's where the time rift is. The main road's there. Just go down the main road and take a left instead of a right, and it's right there. Oh. Well, there you go. Bit thing to help you around, so you don't have to explore all the way around the edge like I was. But that should be the last one. And then he just gives you the time rift. Because you've done the contract. You've done your contractual obligations. But that's the last contract he has for you. You've done all of his contracts at this point. So now all that's left is the finale, and then we can get out of here. There we go. And I took off the scooter badge because it gets taken from us at the end of this anyway. So I'd rather just have my own setup back on it than having to worry. Because now is where things get exciting. We've only got the finale left, and just like in Chapter 2, it's interesting and it's fun. Because Chapter 1 doesn't really have a finale piece, because you fight the boss only halfway through. Right, let's get on with it. Favourite mission in the game, and favourite boss in the game. But the only thing I can criticise this boss is that it's just a tad too short. I wish it was longer, because it's such a good fight. But back where the Toilet of Doom was, our timepiece is just kind of waiting for us. Seems a bit suspicious. Let's get over there. Don't worry about what hat you've got on for this boss, because you won't be able to wear a hat for it, but I'm going to shut up for this.
Kid, remember how the old contractor had his head pop off? That wasn't a coincidence. It popped off the moment he stopped being useful to me. And guess who else just became obsolete? That's right. You. Now that possessed outhouse isn't bothering me anymore, and all those contracts of yours are tidied away, I don't need you around. Besides, you didn't think I was gonna let you keep all these timepieces, did you? They fell in my forest, kid. They belong to me!
Yes, our boss fight is against the Snatcher himself. And I love this boss fight, I really do. It's challenging, but it's not too challenging. It's very fair. It's not... The only problem I had with it is that the fight's not as long as I hope it would be. But it is still fun, and I still enjoy it a lot. And there's a lot of little things like this, where he's waiting for him to turn blue so you can hit him, but he doesn't. So he's technically invincible right now due to the video game mechanics, so you have to find a way to get around this. So you have to just pay attention and avoid what he does until you see something that you can use to try and force an opening, because he's not just going to give it to you. Let's try some of these. Yeah, I was about to say, the hitbox on those are easier to catch you than you think they might be. You might think they're easy to avoid, they're really not. Too many, eh? Let's just try just one. And he just stops it. Wait, hold on. That one just totally have hit you. Come on, give it a chance. And the music for this thing, this is my favourite track in the soundtrack as well. I love this theme so much. It's so bloody cool. I'm just gonna shut up and let you guys listen to this.
Did you just color me blue with my own attack? This can't count, right? Surely this doesn't count. That does it. Time to die!
Now we get a slightly faster version of that same theme playing in the background as the Snatcher goes into sort of rage mode and tries to decimate everything. Look at this. Oh. You have to be careful because his slams do just sort of happen. But it's no like visible like indication he's going to do it. He just teleports and does it. Right, whatever eye he winks with is the one that's the real version of him. Because you'll make it like the way that attack works is that you'll see two versions of him, one on your left and one on your right. But just before he does it, he winks at you, as you saw when it zoomed in there. Whatever eye he winks with, that's the real side. Like, see, he winked with his right, so on his right, our left is the one we need to hit. It's a cool attack if you realise what's going on, but if you don't, you could very easily just get yourself hit for it. Oh! Look at this, Jesus! Is it that way? But you see what I mean? Like, he's dead. That's it. That's what I mean. This fight's just too short for me. I love this fight, but it just ends too quickly. Anyway, when you beat him, you end up here, so we need to head towards him. Apparently very disrespectful. Just keep on heading towards the Snatcher, and he'll stop you to talk every so often. And he's asking for mercy. Oh. So he's going to give us one last contract before he lets us go. He wants you to go away. That's all. Contract, get out. He's already stamped it. You have to sign. Get out, just get out. The following parts of the forest will be available. None of it. Get out. Please take all your junk and leave. Stay and have fun. Be nice. All of it. And it puts big smiley faces on him. Please be my BFF. And then she signs the rest of it. That
You understand that's not how contracts work, right? I'm giving you a chance to scram, kid. There's no catches or clauses this time. What if I give you your
Oh yeah, right, our soul. The thing he took when we first entered and then left the world to go do the rest of chapter 2, leaving our soul there. Yeah, we got our soul back. You got your soul back. You feel relieved, energized, and just the usual amount of empty.
yes? No? Hello?
Another jab at the fact that she's a mute protagonist. Well, she's not mute at all. She mumbles. She just doesn't say anything like proper dialogue. She just makes odd little noises and words.
Aren't you? I'm a tough negotiator. Fine. I'll sweeten the deal for you.
Ah, thanks, Snatcher. I knew you was a good guy, really. He gives us the last timepiece for this world.
Here. Take my last timepiece. If I continue to see you around my forest after this, I'll be very disappointed.
Okay, bye, man. Let's go. I guess she's got her eyes up towards the Snatcher, like, oh, he's right there. But on that note, we have finished the whole of chapter 3. And I think that's quite cool to be able to say I've done for this part. So, next time on A Hat in Time, we're finally going to dive into chapter 4 and tackle it as best as we can. But until then, you guys take care now.